Hi everyone, this is Monique Ruffin with Generation Sex. How you doing? Here to talk about my favorite conversation, sex, which is like my favorite thing to do. Sometimes, not always, but I like it. Anyway, today I was watching TV. I love to watch morning shows. The View is one that I love. I love Whoopi Goldberg. She's so herself. She's committed to being herself, and that is just inspiring to me. And they were talking about Chelsea Handler, who recently said that she didn't want to get married and she doesn't want a committed relationship. And isn't it okay for her to just want to have sex? And I resonate with that, even though I'm not completely, wedded to the idea that I don't want to get married. What I do know is that I'm not married and I'm not in an exclusive relationship, and I'm at peace with that. But that does not mean that I still don't have a sexual appetite, and that I have not cut myself off sexually. And Sherry Shepherd in the conversation said, "Does that make Chelsea Handler a hoe?" I really hate the word hoe. I really do. For, every reason imaginable. But I just don't understand why it is that women have to be considered a whore because they enjoy sex, where men are celebrated for enjoying sex. And I've written about this so many times at Purple Clover, and I've talked about it a ton of times on my Facebook page, that women are sexual creatures just like men are. This is not anything that's really remotely interesting to me personally. But the reason that I'm talking about it is because I'm so curious about when are we going to challenge the conditioning that we have taken on as truth. And so these ideas of women being a whore or sexually promiscuous come from patriarchy, which is, the system that we live in that is much more celebratory and empowering to men and much more suppressive to women, and religion, which is, if we go through most of the religions throughout the world, sort of in some form or fashion say that women should be chaste, we should be pure. And there's a puritanical view that if a woman enjoys sex, that she is somehow dirty or bad or evil. There are even cultures, as you guys all know, that go out of their way to change the natural formation of the vagina to keep women from the actual enjoyment of sex by removing the clitoris. And so I am just always asking myself, where are the places in me that I hold that I should be ashamed of my sexuality or my desire, or that I should somehow change my behavior from what is natural for me to conform to make other people feel comfortable, or so that I can be liked or seen in a certain way that is more pure and more acceptable than who I really am. Like, who I really am is a woman who enjoys sex. And just like I enjoy, a turkey burger, I enjoy sex. It's as natural and normal as that. But we have been conditioned to believe that somehow our sexual appetites are bad or dirty. And when we hear other women saying whore, because it's really rare that you hear a man saying that. At least I haven't, because men benefit and enjoy the pleasure of women who are sexually available and open and free. But women will condemn other women for being sexually free. And I just would like to see if we can challenge ourselves in that. Like, what's wrong with sex? What's wrong with a woman who isn't married, who's single, who enjoys sex, just saying that she wants to have sex, declaring it as so, and going about her business to be herself and not conforming to the ideas of what the culture or religion or what other women think, but truly, truly just doing what feels right for her, regardless of what anyone else says or thinks or what she's been taught, and answering to one person, and that is the call of her body. I just appreciate that. It's so wonderful. So that's what I have today. Thank you for tuning into Generation Sex, and I appreciate you all. I love your comments too. Bye bye.